Sunglasses. It would seem that this object has only one purpose, suggested by its very name. However, it's not as simple as that. Dark glasses were invented by Arctic peoples as a means of protecting their eyes from dazzling snow. They became particularly widespread among the judges in 12th century China, who wore them to hide their real emotions. Donut hole. This snack so frequently consumed in modern cities is, in fact, hundreds of years old. Today confectioners can make delicious pastries of any shape and size. But in the past, it used to be difficult to get the edges and the middle of a pie equally baked. That is why bakers came up with this shape that didn't cause any problems. Can be seen on the backs of many coats and jackets. Half belts first appeared on military greatcoats centuries ago. At that time, greatcoats were immensely wide and had to be tailored with pieces of cloth. At night, half belts could be unstrapped and the greatcoat could be used as a blanket. Times have changed, but half belts still remain. Stickers on fruit mark the country and the producer, but few know what the numbers on the stickers mean. If there are 4 digits and the first is 4, it means that the fruit has been sprayed with pesticides. If there are 5 digits and the first is 9, the fruit has been grown organically. If there are 5 digits and the first is 8, the fruit has been edges of coins. Grooves on the edges of coins appeared in the early 16th century. At that time, people would often cut off small amounts of precious metal. Grooves on the edges of coins appeared in the early 16th century. At that time, people would often cut off small amounts of precious metal from coins to sell, and then they'd pass on the damaged coins at full value. To counter this practice, a special process known as reeding was introduced. It consisted of carving a series of grooves on the edges of coins so that it would be easy to see if a coin had been tampered with. Hardly anyone clips coins nowadays, but reeding remains a long-standing tradition. Notebook margins. Originally, margins were not made to provide space for teachers' outraged notes. The truth is that books in the past often fell victim to mice and rats who liked to gnaw on paper. In order not to let the rodents eat parts of information along with the paper, people started to leave empty spaces at the edges, where damage was most likely to occur. Our symbol. If you were wondering why there is an R with a circle around it next to some trademarks, the answer is quite simple. It just means that the preceding trademark is officially registered with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. Basically, this registration gives the trademark owner not just the right to use registered trademark on their products but also to sue anybody who tries to infringe on the trademark. Bonus: the utility knife is more complex than you thought. It is easy to sharpen a utility knife. Take the end cap off, and break the blunt blade off with it. Pads are often used to lock doors and gates outside, so they quickly get out of order because of rain. When that happens, some simply buy a new lock. Few people know the purpose of the small hole in the bottom. It is made for pouring engine oil inside. After this simple procedure, the key will again turn in the lock without any difficulty. Stickers on fruit mark the country and the producer. Dimples on golf balls. The first golf balls were absolutely smooth. With time, however, golf players realized by trial and error that the balls with the best properties were old, scuffed, and cracked ones. So they kept using the same old balls for years. Manufacturers noticed this tendency and started producing artificially aged dimpled balls. The frit band and dots. The frit is a black band running along the edges of a windshield. It is essentially a baked-in ceramic paint and has several functions. Firstly, it protects the urethane sealant that holds the glass in place from ultraviolet rays. Secondly, it conceals the dirt that gathers along the edges of the glass. As for the dots, they provide a visually pleasing transition from the black frit band to the transparent glass. They also create a more even temperature distribution during the manufacturing of windshields.
Hey you. Yeah, you. Do you like this video? There is a button. It's a very sexy button. It says subscribe on it. I wish I could click on it, but YouTube won't let me. Damn fuckers.